We are meant to call from out of the past stories, strange and weird.
Tales of mystery and terror by radio's masters of the macabre.
Stories of the supernatural, the supernormal, dramatized in fantasy, the mystery, the unknown. We tell you this frankly, so if you wish to avoid the excitement and tension of these imaginary plays, we urge you calmly and sincerely to turn off your radio now.
Welcome back to The Horror. Thanks for joining me once again. We're going to hear from Nightfall this week, a Canadian series that produced over 100 stories between July of 1980 and May of 1983. Our story this time comes from January 8th, 1982. It's titled Gerald.
From National Public Radio, NPR Playhouse presents Nightfall.
In the dream, you are falling, lost in the listening distance, as dark locks in. Nightfall. Good evening. Do you know where your children are? Do you know what they're thinking about when they're thinking about you? Do you know where your parents are? The play by Bill Gray of BBC Calgary is called Gerald.
Gerald, he wants to talk to you. What? Who? That man over there, he wants to talk to you.
What are you talking about? There's no one there.
Not there. There. See, he's waving at you.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's not waving at me, you know. He just wants to find... Hey, where are you going?
He's coming over here. I don't want to talk to him. You talk to me. Sure, friend. Don't like that guy. You talk to him.
Come on, Ricky. Just a minute, will you? Ricky, come on back now. Hi. I've got to get back, you know, for supper. So I'll see you. No, I can't do that. It's too awful. You shouldn't ask me, you know, because it's not... No! Hey! Oh, that hurts, don't! Ah! Please don't. Thank you. I'm sorry. I just forgot, that's all. I can do it. I'll do it for you. It wasn't really that hard.
So, I went over to the garage with him and had a look. Well, it looked pretty bad even to me. You know how much I know about cars.
Dad, Mom, can I be excused?
What? I guess so. But you've hardly touched your food, Gerald. I thought you loved fish.
Yeah, I guess I'm not hungry. Excuse me.
Are you feeling all right, son? You look a bit pale.
Oh, I'm all right, Dad. I'm just kind of tired, I guess. I think I'll lie down, take a nap.
Okay. Some tea, dear?
Oh, thanks. That's sure not like him. Usually can't even bribe him into taking a nap.
Well, he's growing. Happens to all kids eventually.
I suppose so. But he seems to be acting so... I don't know. The last few days he's just seemed so much quieter than usual, that's all.
He'll be all right, Sarah. Well, I'd better finish up and get back to that sermon. Nearly finished. If I can just simply figure out exactly how to put it when I tell them about the new AIV. No, you drink your tea. I'm getting up anyway. It's probably one of the women from the auxiliary. Winnie tells me they've been having some trouble with the bake sale. Too many butter tarts or something. Hello? Oh, hi, Betty. How are you? What? Oh, no. No, that's... What? Oh, dear Lord. Oh, no. Who? How could anyone do a thing like that? Oh, no. Gerald's heart will be broken. He's had that dog all his life. All right. Yes. Thanks for calling, Betty. All right, thanks. Goodbye.
Alex, what is it? Something? happened to Tom?
Sarah, Tom's been killed. That was Betty Tompkins. She found Tom in her backyard about an hour ago. He'd been killed by someone. She called the vet. Thought maybe he was still alive. The vet said he'd been tortured.
It just wasn't hard at all that time. But why did you want me to do it? And why did you... What? Oh, no, I didn't tell anyone. You told me not to, so I didn't, right? Hey, have you got a name? Really? I don't think I could say that. What is it again? No, I couldn't say it. Could I call you something else? No, I couldn't call you that. That's too silly. Why don't I call you Tom, after my dog?
Gerald, mind if I come in?
Sure, come on in.
Gerald, could you turn that down a bit, please?
Sure. Is that okay?
Fine. I thought you were taking a nap.
I was, but I just wasn't tired all of a sudden.
Gerald, I've got some bad news. It's about Tom.
Oh, yes? Have you seen him? I let him out this morning, but he didn't come back for supper. Funny, he never misses his food, does he? Not usually.
Gerald, Tom's been killed.
How?
Well, he was killed, hit by a car.
Oh, just killed him, huh?
So I gather. I'm very sorry, Gerald.
Oh, that's okay, Dad. Tom was almost 12 years old. That's pretty old for a dog, isn't it? I mean, he'd have died of old age soon anyway, wouldn't he? And you know, he was getting kind of blind. A couple of days ago, I saw him walk right into the couch in the living room. Didn't even see it. That's probably how the car got him. Guess everybody's got to die sooner or later, eh, Dad? Like it says in the Bible. So I guess even dogs got to die too. Right, Dad?
Alex, over here.
Evening, Larry. Crowded night tonight. I'm surprised I found you.
Always the same on Friday. Here, sit down.
Thank you.
Oh, here, I ordered your draft.
Oh, thanks, but only one, Larry. I must be a good example to my flock.
Alex, I gotta talk to you.
Problem? Your family's okay?
Oh, fine. But it's, about the dogs. I know you're dead set against anyone trying to do anything, but with the police so busy these days, well, some of the guys were wondering...
No, I can't agree to anything.
Just a minute. Hear me out. Some of the guys are talking, beer talk mostly, trying to find the guy. What I was wondering was if maybe you and I, a couple of the others, could, I don't know, take a look around before anybody else gets carried away.
I think things like that can get very dangerous.
No. And I'm worried. So you at least think about it.
Yes, I'll think about it.
Hey, thanks, Alex. I know it's only some dogs,
But it's hard to imagine how anybody could be so disturbed. Now, Larry, I can't figure out how a man's soul can become so twisted.
You're sure it's some guy doing it?
There seems to be no question about animals. So, it's a man. If you can call him that.
Gerald, is that you?
Ricky, you there?
Over here, by the tree.
Boy, it's really dark out here tonight, isn't it? I could hardly see if you were here yet.
Look, Gerald, you better have something good to show me. If my mom knew I was out this time of night, boy,
She doesn't know, does she?
Of course not. I snuck out like you said. Do your parents know you're out?
Are you kidding? This late? I climbed out of my tree.
Wish I had a tree. I always have to sneak past the living room. It's not easy, you know.
Yeah, going out on the tree is best. Okay, let's go. Just over this way.
What's this all about, anyway? What are you going to show me?
It's something I learned how to do. Remember that man who always talked to me after baseball?
Yeah.
Well, he showed me how to do something. Kind of strange, but it's pretty neat after a while.
I didn't like that guy. He gave me the creeps. I don't think I want to know about him.
It's okay, Ricky, really. Just over here. I'll show you what happens.
I don't know. What if some wild animal comes out and tries to get us?
Oh, that's dumb, Ricky. There aren't any wild animals here. We're too close to town.
Yeah, well, it's better be good, whatever it is.
It is, I promise. Okay, now we stop here. And wait a second.
Well, wait. Wait for what? I thought we were going to shoot.
Wait, just a minute. Here he is. Hi, Tom.
Gerald? Who are you talking to?
Here he is. I brought him like you said.
Gerald? What's that? Gerald, something pulling at me. Ah!
Okay, there. I've got it. Here. Hey, that one's really different than the others, Tom.
Alex, I'm glad you could come. The boy's mother is in the waiting room.
All right. Joe, do you think maybe a wolf or a dog could have...
I don't think so, Alex. Now, I've treated animal wounds before. Nothing like this. The boy was mangled, torn apart, but almost surgically. Alex, there was nothing we could do. He was gone before. I'm sure it was Ricky.
Joe, do you think what happened to Ricky was the same as with the dogs?
I don't know for sure yet. But from what I heard, it sounds pretty similar.
I guess I was hoping you'd be able to put it down to an animal attack. I hate to think that...
I know. But you have seen the way he had opened up. It was all much too precise and deliberate looking to be an animal. I think Ricky was murdered.
Different, Tom. Not like the dogs at all. What? Oh, yeah. It was a lot neater. Better somehow. And more... bigger or something. I liked it the best so far. Hey, Tom, I was wondering, what do you do with them after I give them to you? Save them? That's what my father says he does. But I guess it's different with you, eh? Oh, and Tom, how come Ricky screamed like that? Didn't he hear you say it would be all right? How come he screamed? Oh, I see. So they have to scream.
Gerald? Gerald, are you coming down?
Yeah? Oh, Dad, just a minute.
Goodness, have waited till morning, Alex.
Sarah, we've got to find out who's responsible.
But Gerald won't know.
I know he won't, but we've got to quiz all the kids. Find out if they've seen anybody strange.
It's going to be hard on him, Alex. He and Ricky have been best friends for years.
It's hard on all of us, Sarah, but if we don't...
Hi, Mom. Dad, is something wrong, Mom? Are you crying?
Gerald, when was the last time you saw Ricky Evans?
Ricky? This afternoon. I guess. Right after school. We walked home together.
Now, I want you to remember. Think really carefully. Did you see anyone strange? Anyone you didn't know in the neighborhood?
No.
Are you sure, Gerald? This is very important.
I'm sure, Dad. There was nobody I saw except the other kids. What's the matter? What's going on?
Something terrible has happened, son.
What?
Ricky. Your friend Ricky has passed away.
Oh? When?
Earlier tonight. Ricky was hurt very badly, and he died.
What happened to hurt him?
No one's sure. Some people think it might be the same.
Dad, where do you figure Ricky will go now that he's dead?
Well, I'm sure he'll go to heaven. Now, I know this is upsetting for you, but...
That's okay, Dad. Hey, Mom, you shouldn't cry, you know. He just died, is all. He's just gone somewhere else. Everybody has to die. Right, Dad? Just like in the Bible. Right, Dad?
Yes, that's right.
Can I go to my room now? I've got a test tomorrow. Don't want to be tired for it.
Well,
Gerald, are you all right? Do you feel all right?
Sure, Mom. See you in the morning.
Good night. Alex, I'm worried about him.
Sarah, he's in shock.
It's not just that.
What do you mean?
Gerald has been acting not himself lately. He seems less active than he used to be. Spends so much time alone in his room.
That's pretty normal for a boy his age.
I know that, but there's something different. Look at how Ricky's death hasn't fazed him at all. That's more than shock, and he's so humorless lately. Nothing seems to make him laugh or cry.
Well, when this is all over, I'll have a talk with him.
When what is all over?
Well, Larry and I and a couple of others have decided to form a small group, see if we can't find out who killed Ricky.
That's for the police.
Perhaps, but they haven't turned up anything, so
Alex, there is something seriously wrong with your son. That must come first. This manhunt is none of your business.
It is my business. Every Sunday, I get up on that pulpit and tell people about the basic goodness of man, and then something like this happens. I've got to stop it. I've got to know why.
Right here, Larry.
More or less. Over there in that clearing. Can you see it?
I can just make it out.
Well, that's where we found him. Looks like he's been dragged a ways and then propped up against that tree.
Dear Lord. Well, if there's anything to the business of criminals returning to the scene of the crime, somehow, though, I doubt it.
Alex, any idea who it might be? I mean, you think it might be somebody from town?
I won't even let myself consider it. But whoever it is a sick person. I don't know why or how people can... I can't find a way to explain it, Larry.
Yeah, well, it sure doesn't make any sense, does it?
Why does he let it happen? Why does a God of love take away an innocent and by the hand of someone so twisted? I can't find the logic sometimes, Larry. I don't understand sometimes.
I just hope we find the bastard before he does anything else. Hey, what was that?
What?
I thought I heard a noise just past that big oak. Can't see, though, not enough moon. Look, just over there. Hey, there it is again.
Right over that way.
I'll go take a look. You stay here. If it's anything, I'll try and get him between us.
Larry, just be careful.
Right. Probably just a raccoon or something. Hey, look, you better come out of there, okay? Look, I got a gun here. Now, why don't you just come out of there?
Hi, Mr. Johnson. Are you going to shoot me?
What? Gerald, what the hell are you doing here? Don't you know there's a curfew on? You're not supposed to be out here.
We just thought we'd help out. Are you going to shoot us, Mr. Johnson?
Don't be ridiculous. Of course not. You just scared me half to... What do you mean, us? Hey, who else is out here with you?
My friend, Tom.
Yeah? And where's he hiding?
Nowhere. He's right here. You just can't see him.
All right, you tell your friend to come on out and we'll get you out of here. Your father's waiting for me, and I don't think he's going to be too happy about finding you here. Tom, come on out. Let's go, son.
You don't understand, Mr. Johnson. You can't see Tom unless he wants you to. And I guess he doesn't want you to right now. But here, come on over and you can shake hands with him.
Now, look here, Gerald. I think you'd better stop this nonsense and come out. What the hell?
Tom doesn't like waiting very much.
Oh, my God, my head. What's happened to the...
Okay, Tom. Here, I got it. There you are. Wow, that's even nicer than Ricky's. Okay, Tom. I'm gonna get back up the tree and sneak back in before Mom notices I'm gone. You coming up or what? Oh, so I guess I'll see you tomorrow when we... Uh-oh, there's Dad. He sure came back fast. I better hide, Tom. He'd see me in the tree. What? Tonight? Okay, well, I better talk to Dad first. Wait for me, okay? Dad? Dad, is that you?
Gerald?
Over here, Dad.
Gerald, what are you doing out at this time of night? I told you there was a curfew, and I expected you to understand.
It's all right, Dad. I'm okay.
No, it is not all right. There's some maniac loose in the neighborhood, and I don't want you outside in the middle of... Gerald, what are you doing out here?
Nothing. Just fooling around, I guess.
Gerald, what's been going on here?
Hey, don't get mad. I'll tell you what happened.
I guess you'd better.
Well, something horrible has happened. This man...
What? Has somebody hurt you?
No, it's okay now. But you'd better come and look in the garage.
What's in there?
You just better come and look, Dad. It'll be easier.
All right. There. Now what's going on?
Okay, Tom.
What? Who are you talking to?
Tom. He's a friend of mine. But you can't see him unless you...
Oh, my God.
Oh, you can see him. Great. He said he might let you see him on account of your special. Sort of like me.
Merciful Jesus, what are you?
Do I confirm or disturb your faith, Reverend?
Dear God in heaven.
Oh, not much point in calling to him, Reverend. You see, he doesn't exist. Never did, in fact.
Gerald, what do you know of this creature?
Gerald knows me very well.
A ghost. You're a ghost. I can see right through you.
So you can.
Yeah, Dad. Tom's just a guy from one of the places you go after you die.
Hades. The place of hellfire. It's all true, then. What have you done to my son, Satan?
Not easily convinced, are you? But perhaps I am your Satan, Reverend. I do take the souls of your people. Not a soul, really, but something you would think of as a soul.
He will come in many disguises.
Your faith is right about one thing. There is life after death. Many other worlds exist on many different planes. After leaving this life, people go on to another, and then from there to another, and so on. A series of lives. I come from one of these other worlds, a very different world from this one.
And you come here and kill?
Well, yes, but with reason. On my world, there are advantages to having certain kinds of powers. A long time ago, I discovered that a life energy, what you might call a soul, could be absorbed in such a way as to add to that power. So every now and then, When I am in need of a kind of strength, I visit your world. I'm afraid I may have been the cause of some of your religious superstitions.
What have you done to my son?
Nothing much. A little training, a lending of some power. You see, I'm not able to work completely alone.
Satan, possessing my son.
That's not really true. But I did need Gerald's help. As you can see, there is so little of me that I can actually bring to your world that I would have problems doing two things at once. So, as I am disposing of someone, Gerald catches their soul as they move in the confusion between this life and the next, a confusion intensified by surprise and pain.
Gerald, get out of here quickly.
There is one tragedy with my business here, though. Unfortunately, when I take a soul, its identity is lost. It ceases to exist. So, perhaps, Reverend, there is a hell after all. Nothingness. Complete oblivion. Give it, Reverend. A complete end. Nothing more to come.
No, that can't be.
Now, Gerald.
What are you? No!
Have you got it?
Yeah, I've got it. Boy, this one's really big.
His faith was strong, but he doubted. That's all we needed. Let me have it now.
No, I'm keeping it for myself.
What? You can't.
It's my turn now, Tom. I know how to do it now. All of it. I'll keep them all, like this one. It makes me feel really strong. Really strong. Tom, you'd better go away now. You don't belong here. This is my world. I think I could hurt you if I wanted to.
Alex, is that you?
It's me, Mom.
Sure. Now, what are you doing down there?
Hey, Mom, come on downstairs for a minute. I've got something I want to show you.
You have just heard Gerald by Bill Gray. Featured tonight in his first radio role was Danny Hyam as Gerald, with Mary Peary as Sarah and Neil Daynard as Alex. You heard Billy May Richards as Ricky, with Eric Peterson as Larry. John Stocker played the Doctor, as well as the mysterious Tom. Our recording engineer is Brian Pape, with sound effects by Matt Wilcox, and our production assistant is Peggy Estes. Tonight's program was produced and directed by the series executive producer, Bill Howell. And now, here is a final word from your host.
Hello again. Next week's Nightfall features a new play on a theme that is becoming uncomfortingly familiar to regular listeners. That of finding missing bodies.
I wonder if they use these on Jim.
What's these instruments?
Well, you shouldn't play with them, honey. You might cut yourself.
There is something wrong here.
Honey?
I don't know what it is, but I think they blew it. He wasn't special enough, you see. I think they're so worried about Mr. Big they made a mistake, and they killed him.
Oh, that's silly, honey. Dr. Druitt is not the kind of person...
I want to see my husband.
Well, honey, there's nothing I can do.
Miss Novak, either I see my husband now before they clean up the evidence, or I'm going to stick this scalpel in your innocent little face.
Special Services. A new play by Martin Kinch, directed by Paul Mills. Next week on Nightfall. Until then, careful of the edge.
Funds for the distribution of this NPR Playhouse presentation were provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. This is NPR, National Public Radio.
That's the horror for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. You can find more from Nightfall at relicradio.com, alongside thousands of other old-time radio shows, past episodes of The Horror, all the other podcasts, our Shoutcast stream, and everything else Relic Radio. If you'd like to help support this and all of the shows, you can donate through the website. Visit donate.relicradio.com or click on the link on the website. We've got some downloadable sets for certain donation amounts, though anything is always helpful and appreciated. Thanks to those who have helped out. Thanks for joining me today. Be back next Saturday with another episode of The Horror.
Strange Tales.
RelicRadio.com presents tales of the strange and bizarre, the weird and the wicked. Stories not necessarily of the supernatural, but of the unnatural. Join us now for Strange Tales, featuring radio drama at its most mysterious and unusual.
Out of the past, phantoms of a world gone by, speak again the immortal tale, Rappacini's Daughter.
Good evening, Signora.
Good evening, Signor.
I have come from the southern part of Italy to study at the University of Padua. I was passing your house and thought you might have a room to let.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. My rooms are all rented.
Oh, but what shall I do? I was sure you would help me. Oh, when I first saw the crest there above the door...
The crest? Why, do you know it?
It's the armorial bearing of my family, and this was my great-grandfather's house, Signora. I've often heard my grandmother speak of it.
Oh, then your name must be Guasconti.
Giovanni Guasconti, Signora. I should be grateful for your help.
Well, I really do not have a room to rent, Signor. There are so many students in Padua, but...
Yes?
I was just thinking of the room on the east side of the house. Long ago I closed it up, but perhaps for one night.
Oh, it's very kind of you.
Come along, I'll show it to you. Follow me up the stairs.
Do you not rent it, Signora, because it is so small, perhaps?
Oh, no. The room is quite large. But it's the only one in the house that has an eastern exposure.
But who could object to the morning sun?
Oh, it isn't the sun, Signor.
Then what?
You will see for yourself in a moment. There.
What? Why, it's a beautiful room, Signora, and how sweet the air is. Do you keep flowers here?
There's a garden outside below the window. Here, I'll show you.
Oh.
Peep through the shutters. The moon's quite bright tonight.
Oh, that's a beautiful place. Thousands of flowers. And the wall around it is high. This is a strange thing, Signora.
It is indeed, it is.
No, not the garden. You know how sometimes you experience something that seems to have happened before?
Little things you do or see.
I have stood here before and looked out at such a garden. But before, a beautiful girl was on that path tending the flower. Look, There she is.
Signor, come away. It is she, the doctor's daughter.
Ah, how beautiful she is. Just as I remembered.
It is not good to look upon her.
Oh, look, she's seen us. And there's a man. A tall, gaunt-looking man standing in the shadows.
It's he, the doctor. I'm afraid. There's something about both Dr. Rappacini and his daughter I don't understand. Something evil.
Oh, but Signora.
The way he looked at you. Oh, I could not let you stay here.
Oh, of course you will. There's nothing to fear.
Oh, but the sweet smell of the flowers is so strong. It makes one grow faint.
Who is he, this Dr. Rappacini?
No one in Padua knows anything about him, except that he lives alone with his daughter who tends the garden for him. It is said that he distills the plants into medicines, potent as a charm. Now, come.
You will let me stay, Signora, if only for the night. Say you will.
But, Signor...
Would you send me away when I have no place to go?
I should never have suggested this room.
I promise you no harm will come of it. There, now, let me see you smile again, and say I may stay the night.
But tomorrow you must find another place. Promise me that, too.
I promise.
Then I'll fetch your sheets. I'll be back in a moment.
Signorina Rappacini.
Who is it that calls?
Up here in the window.
What is it, Signor?
Your flowers sparkle like gems in the moonlight. It is the most beautiful garden I've ever seen.
Thank you, Signor.
Perhaps someday you'll honor me with a gift of one of the blossoms.
My father prizes them highly. But perhaps he would consent to the gift of one someday. Good night to you, Signor.
Good night, beautiful lady.
So, my young pupil has become acquainted with the daughter of Rappacini. This is startling news.
But, Signor Baglioni, why do you frown so? You were as bad as Dame Lisabetta, my landlady. I've lived in her house for a week now, and every day she threatens to send me away.
This garden, Giovanni, what is it like?
Ah, almost as beautiful as Beatrice herself, Professor. The plants are lush, and the blossoms very, very large. Some of them have all the colors of the rainbow, but there is one, the most beautiful of all, that grows in a huge urn in the center of an ancient fountain. Its leaves are bright green and very large, and its flowers purple and red. In the sunlight they sparkle, and at night time they catch the rays of the moon and glimmer like diamonds covered with dew.
Giovanni, you are the son of my old friend, and I must tell you this. Move away from the garden this very night.
But why? Why is everybody so frightened of Dr. Rappacini?
In Padua, Giovanni, there are certain grave objections to his professional character.
What are they?
It is said that he cares infinitely more for science than for mankind, that his patients are only subjects for new experiments. He would sacrifice human life for even a mustard seed of knowledge.
Oh, there aren't many men capable of so spiritual a love of science.
Heaven forbid. And they also say that he has instructed his daughter deeply in his science. So you see, she is as dangerous as he.
Oh, it is only malicious gossip, believe me, Signor. Almost every night I've spoken with Beatrice from my window, and she's as charmingly feminine as she is beautiful.
Ah, youth is as heedless as the arrow of love itself. Giovanni, you are not leaving.
I must, Professor Baglioni. Thank you for the dinner and the wine.
But the evening's just begun.
You see, every night she comes to the garden now. And I wouldn't miss seeing her, Professor, not for all the flowers in the whole wide world. Goodbye. Thanks again.
But I have not told you what... students, they will never listen. And he jeopardizes his very life.
Oh, Signor, I'm glad you've come at last.
Why, Elisabetta, what's the matter? What's happened?
He came here to this house.
What?
Oh, I tell you, I've been fair shaking with fright, thinking of it.
But who?
The knocker sounded, late this afternoon it was,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to the door, not even faintly suspecting, and the saints preserve us, Signor, there he stood.
Elisabetta, calm yourself. Now, what is this?
He came here to ask for you, Dr. Rappacini himself.
Oh, now, Elisabetta, don't tell me you let the old doctor frighten you. Tell me what he said.
15 years I've lived in this house, all of 15, and I never noticed it was there. Never even suspected it was there. Signor, I must have my room. You cannot stay here another minute. I will not allow it.
All right, Elisabetta, but what is it you never suspected?
The door, Signor. The secret door to the garden.
Where?
At the back of the large closet under the stairs.
But what did the doctor say, Elisabetta?
Oh, he said, oh, but Signor, you won't do it. Promise you won't do it. The whole thing frightens me half to death.
What did he say?
He asked me to give you his invitation to visit the garden tonight.
Tonight? It's what I've been waiting for, Elisabetta. Come, show me the door.
No, come back, Signor. You must not go there.
Is this the closet?
Yes, Signor, but...
Now, where is the secret door, Elisabetta?
Oh, I shall never forgive myself for this. There, in the far wall. Don't you see?
But... Oh, yes, of course. Thanks, Elisabetta.
The saints preserve you, keep you from harm. Good evening, Signor. You did come. My father said you would.
I've been wanting to since that first night, when I spoke to you from the window there.
Please, then, sit here on the marble bench.
Indeed, your garden is magical in the light of the moon. How brightly the flowers shine. Do you tend them all?
All that you see, except the most wonderful one of all. It grows yonder in the center of the fountain.
I have admired it greatly. Is that one, then, your father's special prize?
It is the most magical of all, Signor, and he watches over it himself.
How sweet the air is. I can smell the fragrance of your flowers, in my room.
Can you? They are such wonderful flowers, Signor. Their fragrance is as intoxicating as wine.
I have breathed deeply of this wine, Signorina Beatrice, because it is yours. Knowing you were here has made me a happy man.
And I have felt it, too. As if from that first night you spoke, I knew you from somewhere long ago.
It was in a dream once.
Did you know it would become real someday?
No, I could not hope for it.
I, too, once saw you high in the window there, looking down and saying what you said to me. Later, in a vision in my mind, you came to the garden, even as tonight.
Beatrice, you must know I love you with all my heart.
And I, since first we met in the stillness of my dream. Giovanni, here, a flower from my garden, a token of my love.
Beatrice.
What?
I am here, Father, with Signor Guasconti.
Let me ask for your hand, Beatrice. Tonight. Let us be married soon.
If you wish, Giovanni. Look, here he comes.
Good evening, Senor.
Good evening, sir.
We have never met, but I believe we are acquainted.
Often I have seen you here in the garden. Thank you for inviting me this evening.
My daughter expressed an especial wish to see you, and I was not adverse to it.
Then, Dr. Rappacini, perhaps it's best now to say that I am in love with Beatrice. With her consent and yours, we will be married.
Married? What does my daughter say?
I will gladly consent.
Oh, but both of you, so young, and your acquaintanceship is brief. Senor, that flower, you hold it in your hand.
I gave the blossom to him, Father.
Does its fragrance not stun you, Senor, and the feel of it burn your fingers?
No, but why do you ask?
Only because it is one of my most potent blossoms. I see you are more ready for the betrothal than I thought. You have my consent. Later I'll talk further to you both. Now, good night. But, Senor, I must make one request.
I am too happy to refuse you anything.
You'll think it strange, perhaps. When you leave the garden, return the flower to my daughter. It is too precious a blossom to part with. Good night again.
Oh, Professor Baglioni, what a surprise finding you here in my room.
I came directly. You left me at the restaurant, Giovanni. Dame Elisabetta told me you were in the garden.
Yes, and Professor, the most wonderful thing...
Giovanni, wait. I know what it is. But it cannot be, I tell you. Listen, let me tell you a story. Hundreds of years ago, Alexander the Great fell in love with a beautiful Indian girl. She was as lovely as the dawn, and her breath was richer than a garden of Persian roses. Before they were married, a sage physician luckily discovered a terrible secret in regard to her.
And what was that?
This lovely woman had been nourished with poisons from her birth, until her whole nature was so imbued with them that she herself had become the deadliest poison in existence. Poison was her element of life. With the rich perfume of her breath, she blasted the very air. Her love would have been poison. Her embrace, death.
But why do you tell this to me now?
It is my way of saying that this Beatrice Rappacini endangers your life.
Professor, you can't believe...
I do believe it. I know. Even now your room is filled with a strong, poisonous perfume.
But that is the garden. I noticed it too at first, but one grows accustomed to it.
Giovanni, my poor boy, don't you see? Dr. Rappacini has selected you as the material for some new experiment, just as he has used his daughter. Even now, your very breath is heavy with the fragrance of that terrible place.
No, you're wrong.
Look, I have brought with me a bouquet of yellow rosebuds. They are there on the table. Giovanni, pick them up.
No, I won't touch
Giovanni,
them.
do as I say. Take them in your hand.
But all this is mad. What would a few rosebuds... Look at them.
See, your very touch withers the leaves and turns the yellow petals brown. Giovanni, you are imbued with the poison of the garden, even as she. I beg of you, leave here this very night, now. Go before it is too late.
No, I can't. Oh, Professor, help me, I beg you.
No, go back. Do not come near me. Stay back. Your very touch is poison. You must go away from all this quickly, Giovanni.
I can't. I love her too much. I could not live without her. I could not live without her.
Giovanni, you are imbued with the poison of the garden, even as she. I beg of you, leave her this very night. Now. Go before it is too late.
No, I can't. Oh, Professor, help me, I beg you.
No, go back. Do not come near me. Stay back. Your very touch is poison. You must go away from all this. Quickly, Giovanni.
I can't. I love her too much. I could not live without her.
Then you shall surely die. Already the fumes of the flowers have impregnated you with that poison. And that devil Rappacini is making ready even now to use you to carry on his atrocious experiment.
You're lying. I don't believe you.
Oh, my poor boy, what reason would I have for lying? I am trying to help you.
She doesn't know, I'm sure of it.
Doesn't know what?
About the poison, that she's permeated with it.
Of course she knows. Isn't Beatrice Rappacini almost as renowned a scientist as her father? I tell you, Giovanni, you must not see her again. Ever. You must leave this place. My carriage is outside. We can drive to my villa by midnight. Come now, before it is too late.
How could Beatrice have done this to me? Professor Baglioni, I couldn't go without knowing, without some word from her.
You would see her again. Oh, my boy, no.
But I must, don't you see? I've got to know. Listen, help me, Professor. There's a moth on the window curtain. Capture it in this glass tumbler and cover it with a napkin.
But why? What can a moth...
I want to prove what you've told me. I could never be content without knowing the truth. Here, take the tumbler. Don't let the moth escape.
Well, I do not understand. Giovanni, this is mad.
There it is. Cover the glass with a napkin.
All right. There, it is done.
Now, where is your carriage?
It is just outside on the street.
Will you wait there for me?
Yes, if you wish. But I still don't understand.
And wake Dame Lisabetta. Ask her to wait in the carriage with you.
What are you planning to do?
To find out the truth.
Giovanni, you are going to the garden?
Yes, Professor. I'm going to the garden.
Giovanni, it's you.
Beatrice, my darling. Come out in the light of the moon. There's something I must tell you.
I was frightened for a moment seeing your dark shadow against my window. Has something happened, Giovanni?
Come out in the garden with me, and I'll tell you. Is your father awake?
I don't know. I don't think he is.
Stand with me here, where the moonlight's brightest. Beatrice, I want you to know that I love you more than my life. I want you to believe me.
I do, Giovanni. But what is that you carry in your hand?
Only a tumbler. Inside is a moth. See how he flutters his wings inside the glass. Beatrice, hold out your hand.
Why, Giovanni?
I want you to take the moth in your fingers and watch it closely. Here, don't let it fly away.
No, I shan't. Oh, how he struggles. Is he a very special moth of some rare species? Giovanni, look. What's the matter with him? I believe he's dead.
Yes, he's dead.
What a shame. He was a prisoner too long.
No, that isn't the reason, Beatrice. Oh, my darling, you've been ignorant of the poison. I knew you were.
Poison? What do you mean?
Do you love me enough, Beatrice, to trust me completely? Do you? Say you do.
I do, Giovanni, of course.
Then there's no time to lose. I want you to go away with me now, tonight.
Go away? Why?
Because this garden is a tomb filled with the perfume of death. Beatrice, these flowers are deadly. They're filled with the most potent poison in the world. Even now, your veins run with noxious blood. Your very touch is death to any living thing.
Giovanni, what are you saying?
I speak the truth, Beatrice. And heaven help us both. For now my body, too, has gained your power. And I am nourished by the poison of your garden.
You mean... Oh, it is my father's fatal science. He has united us in this fearful sympathy.
Beatrice!
Giovanni, he's seen us here.
Don't be afraid, my darling.
The hour grows close to midnight, and tomorrow there is much to do. Oh, you are not alone, I see.
Father, there's something you must know. Giovanni has come to take me away.
What? Well, you are jesting. We will talk tomorrow of your marriage.
Beatrice will not be here tomorrow, Dr. Rappacini.
What is this? Some madness of the moonlight?
Giovanni has told me of the garden, and it's poison.
And he has also poisoned your mind against me.
No, it is not that.
Then what is there to fear? The flowers will not harm either of you now. My science makes you both stand apart from common men.
But why? Why did you inflict this thing upon your child?
Inflict? Can you use such a word when you can quell the mightiest enemy with a breath? A power as terrible as you are beautiful.
Beatrice, come, quickly now.
No, you cannot take her away. Beatrice, come back!
Giovanni, where are we going?
A carriage is waiting on the street outside.
You young fool, you don't know what you are doing! Come back! Come back!
Here is the stairway to the secret door.
We won't be sorry, Giovanni, will we? Tell me we won't be sorry.
Of course we won't, my darling. Come, they're waiting for us.
Giovanni, what madness to bring that girl with you like this.
I would never have come without her, Professor. Dame Lisabetta, let me have your shawl for Beatrice. The air is cold.
The poor child, what she must have suffered. Here it is.
Don't touch her, Lisabetta. No good will come of this, I know it.
Here, Beatrice, around your shoulders.
Where are we going?
To my villa, just outside Padua. You understand, my child, it is not that I mean to be unkind, but this thing is beyond our understanding.
You need not fear, senor. We will not come near you. How beautiful she is, and to think her own father.
It will be different now, wait and see. Before many days have passed, the poison will ebb away, and we'll be like anybody else, freed from that terrible place.
The air is so different here, so stale.
It's God's own air, Beatrice. It's our life. Breathe it deeply.
Giovanni, I'm afraid.
Oh, my darling, these are our friends.
But the air, it's so hard to breathe the air. Giovanni, hold me. Hold me close. I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
Professor Baglioni, how is she?
I don't know. Lisabetta is at her bedside. This frightens me, Giovanni.
But it's been 5 hours since we arrived. I can't bear for her to suffer.
Giovanni, look at me. Oh, how pale you are, how quick your breath is.
I'm all right.
You're not all right. Come, my friend, rest a little.
No. I've got something to do for her.
That's the air, the unpoisoned air. It suffocates her. There's nothing we can do. Nothing.
There must be something. I'm going into her. Dame Lisabetta, how is she?
Oh, senor, she is not well. If I could only comfort her a little.
Beatrice, forgive me for taking you away.
I wanted to come, Giovanni. I want to be with you.
Oh, my darling, if I had known.
You too can feel it. I see the terror in your eyes. It's the garden, Giovanni. We miss the garden.
I know we do.
But I never want to go back. Never again. I'd rather die than go back to the garden. Senor, do you think... Oh, that's it.
What, Lisabetta?
The garden. It's her very life. There she can live. No, I won't go back. Don't you see? There in the garden is the drugged air that keeps her alive.
I know it is. I know. I can feel the need of it, too. My lungs burn with the need of it.
Then go back before it's too late. You will die here, don't you see? Both of you.
Lisabetta's right, Beatrice. And there's something else. Why did I never think of it before? Come, I'll take you in my arms to the carriage. There's no help for it. We must go back to the garden. Dr. Rappacini! Dr. Rappacini! We've come back.
Beatrice! Senor, you have killed her.
No, she is not dead.
Lay her here beside the fountain. Oh, my child, what has he done to you?
We are both addicted to your poison, Doctor. We cannot live without it.
Quick, break off a flower. Drop some of the dew upon her lips.
Yeah. Beatrice, my darling, taste of the flower's dew. Here.
Drink some of it yourself, senor. It is magic. It will give you strength.
Giovanni, you have brought me back again.
I could not see you die, my Beatrice. Here, taste of the dew again.
Oh, look, she breathes easily. The color returns to her cheeks.
The air is sweet in my lungs. Giovanni, forgive me for loving you. Now we must both stay here in the garden forever.
Lie still, my darling.
Now you know the power of my science. You see how foolish it is to cross me.
I am not convinced, Dr. Rappacini. You are a devil. And I mean to find out the secret of your immunity.
What are you saying?
I know now why it is you never touch these plants. You do have a secret of immunity from the vile curse which the perfume of this garden inflicts upon those who breathe it too long.
I will not listen to this.
You would sacrifice your daughter to tend these poisonous things, because if you were to remain here too long, you would become infected too, just as we have.
Senor, you will leave this garden.
I will not leave before I know. And you will tell me, Dr. Rappacini, what your secret is. I will know the secret. I will know the antidote.
Get away from me. Your breath is sudden death.
Yes, it is, and so is my touch. While you are still uncontaminated by the perfume, your life is at the mercy of those whom it has infected. Is it not? Your temporary immunity has become your curse, has it not, Doctor?
Stop! Let go! Let go!
Mother and Doctor, in the poison of your own contriving.
Let me go! Let me go!
Father! Giovanni, you're killing him! Father! Father! I too have touched him.
Stand back there, Trici. Look. He's dying.
What have we done? What have we done?
My children, forgive me. I am an old man, and my science to me was more precious than the miracle of life. I sought for the most powerful of drugs, and only now I have found it. What is stronger than the love in a man's heart?
My father, what can we do?
You can live your lives, my child, and walk as free as others do.
But how?
You are right, Giovanni. There is an antidote. Pluck one of its blossoms and drink of the liquid from its petals, even as I have drunk of it every day. Then you can leave the garden free.
Which plant, Doctor? Which is the antidote?
The purple blossoms in the center of the fountain. They are my antidote.
Father. My father.
There, Trici. Come, my darling. Leave him in his wonderful garden that he loved. He has given us our lives again.
From the time-worn pages of the past, we have brought you the story, Rappacini's Daughter. Bellkeeper, toll the bell.